I think I chose to do a skydive purely because of what Rescue Me is about and what it involves. I just thought that it was something that needed to have attention brought to it, and it's a very obviously touching subject and so forth, and it's something that's happening on a huge scale. So in order to basically bring people's attention to it, I just figured it's worthwhile to do something that was quite big as a first fundraising initiative. Most definitely. I was really surprised at the number of people, both within CLF and outside, that weren't actually aware of what was basically happening in Brazil. It obviously was going on at the same time, or the skydive and so forth was around the same time of the World Cup, and obviously loads of tourists and so forth are going to be we're going to Brazil and so forth in support, but at the same time there was this underlining, really saddening situation happening that no one really had heard about before, didn't even realise. I believe I was even speaking to a friend of mine who knows someone that was actually from Brazil, and they themselves in the country didn't know what was actually happening, and that this was actually taking place. Initially, when I heard about the Rescue Me project, I think initially Pastor Shireen had asked me to do a dance performance in support of it, and so that's when I began to find out a lot more about what they're doing, who they're trying to help, and obviously the project in its entirety. And it would, I don't know, it just kind of, I know I always wanted to be involved in such a project, but I didn't quite know how I could actually get involved. And for me, it definitely felt as though this was the thing I was kind of like waiting to do. This is the way I could be involved, rather than just, doing the dance performance. I could actually do something quite significant. And it was coming up to my 30th birthday, and pretty much done all the usual kind of birthday events and so forth. And I wanted to make it eventful, really. So this was something that was a lot more meaningful than just, a really big birthday bash or what have you. It had more significance, and I wanted it to be I wanted to mark my 30th birthday with a kind of life-changing experience. And this definitely was that. breathtaking. It was absolutely amazing. I didn't even get any butterflies, so I'm really surprised by that. But the view up in the clouds was just so
Hey guys, who's next?
gorgeous.
They're trying to get us all on there. They're saying that we're chickens because it was only Stephanie who was jumping. So it was like, well done, Steph. Well
It's the
done.
best experience ever. And it was so worth it. Rescue Me.
Yeah, well done.
Brilliant.
Well
So
done.
glad I did it.
Good cause.
I didn't want it to be a small amount. It had to be something that was a challenge in order to kind of motivate other people to kind of, you know, learn more and stuff about the project itself. So we set quite a high goal of £1,000. Initially, it seemed quite high, and we're just like, oh my gosh, you know, will we be able to do this? But I think in setting a high goal, it kind of like drives you and spurs you to kind of like do that more and go the extra mile. I believe we've raised about 700 plus, but we still haven't finished collecting donations. So chances are we will be able to make up the remaining few hundred. I had a bit of background knowledge about Rescue Me and what they initially wanted to basically achieve, and it's something that is a personal passion of mine as well, because I've always wanted to do something that involved helping young women and girls fulfill their true potential. As a mother, I just feel it kind of seems a worthwhile kind of sacrifice to, you know, take that risk and do something that was quite out of the norm in order to, you know, raise funds for a cause.